What's up people, my name is Avnish Hegde, you're watching CricTracker and this is a fantasy guide to one of the biggest games in the CPL. I'm talking about Trinbago Night Riders against the Jamaica Tallawahs, so let's get started with this video. Now let's talk the venue first as always, and I'm talking about the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, and of course there's not going to be any rain according to the weather and the forecast of course. Now it has to be said that 149 is that magical number, which is the average score while batting first. Remember that chasing trend has been changed in the last couple of games, so bet wisely on this one. Let's move on to the teams then. We'll talk with keepers first. I'm talking about Chadwick Bolton, and this man opens the batting for his team, so he's a reliable guy. He can score those big runs, and he of course got 207 runs in CPL 2019. Let's move on to the batsmen then, because we've got picking 4 this time, and there's some good names on display. I'm talking about Glenn Phillips, Colin Munro, who's of course our vice captain as well, and he didn't get off the best start, but he's got 17 runs in just 7 balls. Then we of course have the other 2 batsmen who are important to note here. I'm talking about of course Lendl Simmons. Get him in there because he always scores big runs in these particular fixtures. And of course, because the star-studded names to come, we've gone a little bit low on the credits. So choose this man, Jermaine Blackwood, because he of course is cheap to get him into your team and could really score those quick runs and give you points as well. If you take a look at these 3 all-rounders we've picked Dwayne Bravo, Andy Russell and of course Sunil Narine. All 3 stalwarts of West Indies cricket, but who are we going to captain out of these 3? It's Andy Russell, because he simply does hit a 6 every 5.4 balls. I repeat myself in saying that stat, but it is a fantastic stat nonetheless. What about Dwayne Bravo? He hasn't come into the real thick of things yet, but when he does, he can give you catches, runs and most importantly wickets too. But Sunil Narine here has already proved his worth in this year's CPL. He's got a 50, striking at 179, and what's the fun bit about it, he's got 2 wickets as well, so you always get something out of Sunil Narine. Having said that, let's move on to the bowlers, because it's important to note who we're picking this time. Right, the bowlers, we have Mujibur Rahman, again a star-studded player in terms of Afghanistan and for all the other T20 franchises he plays. Remember, he's been a mystery spinner for the longest time, and he's been developing few new deliveries which will be interesting to see in the course of the CPL. The other 2 bowlers that we're talking about are cheap picks, and I don't mean cheap by any sense, barring Dream11. Look at their credits and then they'll speak for themselves, because you have all the stars up there. With the bowlers, we've gone with 2 pacers, Jaden Seals of course, and of course Ali Khan, both willing to impress. Rare raw pace that we get to see in the CPL. So this is our team, so have a look at the final 11 before we crack on with more. Right, so this is the final 11 and it begs to really the choice. Which one are you guys going to go for? Trinbago Night Riders or Jamaica Tallawahs? I think it could be another TKR victory, considering TKR have beaten them in the last 3 encounters in this one. So watch this space. It could be very interesting considering this particular lineup. Right, so that's the Dream11 pick of our brains at CricTracker. Thanks for joining us, and plenty of this to come as well. Bet wisely, remember, and more importantly, be lucky as well. It's me, Avnish Hegde, signing off.